Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Hercules back with another video. Today we're going to be reacting to a video by Hamza. The video is called "This is the Key to Flirting with Any Girl." If you have trouble flirting with women, not really good around women, don't have any game, don't have any riz, then this is the video for you. If you want to see the original video in full length by Hamza, the link is in the description. Go ahead and check it out.
When I started growing up, going through puberty and getting horny as fuck, I started looking online for advice on how to attract girls, how to flirt with girls, how to text girls, and all of the advice that...
Comment down below if you ever did that. If you ever grew up looking up advice on anything about women. If you ever looked it up online.
all of it was trash. You probably heard the exact same advice, and that's why you struggled with girls. They told us that the key to flirting with girls was to take an interest in them, to ask nice questions about their hobbies. Do you think that's what those top tier guys are doing? You see, we stumbled down the wrong path. When I saw this advice, I started texting girls. So there's one particular girl I'm texting her like, so well, what are you doing today? And she would literally reply with one word: TV. You? Oh, that's a really good sign, isn't it? All these motherfuckers telling me that that's a good sign because, you know, if she's asked you a question too, so I was like, yes, she's asked me a question. Okay, I took a lot of interest in her. Do you think I got her? Obviously not. You see, there's a lot of undesirable guys, low tier guys, who take an interest in girls, who ask them nice questions, and they don't get the girl, do they? That's a normal...
Every guy is blue pilled at first. You know, you hear the term blue pill. Every guy believes to be a gentleman, to be nice to ladies, treat them with respect. I think every guy starts off like that. But then, once they're in the game, they've been around women, understand how women operate, they turn to the red pill.
This is literally a superpower. Once I've explained this, it's like, you'll be as good as getting girls as I am. And I'm not sure if we should share this superpower, so keep it between yourself. Don't share this video, but listen closely and make sure you stay around to let me fully explain this. The key to flirting with girls is not to ask them questions, to spike all of their emotions.
I think this is facts. I think this is facts. Not like in a weird way, but I've actually picked up on this too. This is what I've learned actually. So in order to make women interested in you, to make them think about you, that's the key. You want women to get, well, how do I say this? You want to get women to think about you all the time, or as much as you can. And the way to do that is to get their emotions going like this. Don't be weird, don't be a creep, don't be a weirdo, don't be like mean, don't be a jerk, but just get all their emotions up and down. The more the emotions go like this, the more success you'll probably have with women.
Women, guess how many there are? Guess how many emotions that women can be in? Not 7, not 10, not 17, not 25, but bro, hundreds. You ever see like those color palettes where there's like the basic colors? There's probably like 7, 10 basic colors. But then there's like, you know, the different shades. It's like hundreds of shades of colors, isn't there? That is like women's emotions. And guess what? The more of those that you spike, the more that she will be attracted to you. It's as simple as this. Most guys don't realize this. Like, this is so fucking good advice. Just trust me, okay? Most guys make this mistake that you've done so many times. You think that the way to attract a girl is to just spike 1 or 2 emotions of her, which is like love and interest, and it doesn't work, does it? It never works. And what's so interesting, you've always heard of the stories where the girl is getting fucked around by the guy who's an asshole, who sometimes stands her up.
That girls love bad boys, but it's true. Sadly, it's true.
All of the soft guys who don't even get girls will disagree with us, but they don't get girls, you can't trust them anyway. The guys who get girls, do you really think that all they're doing is just being nice to the girl, just being nice to the girl, doing everything that she wants? Obviously not. What these top tier guys are doing who find it easy to get girls, they're literally just living their normal life. You know, they've got goals and missions that they're working on. And by nature of actually being busy as a man, as a disciplined man, sometimes they're ignoring her. They don't really mean to, but sometimes you just don't reply to your phone like for a couple of hours if you're busy. If you're like a little spurg and you're on your phone every hour of the day, then obviously you're not going to be spiking many of her emotions, and that's why you're struggling. I will say this again so that you truly understand. The most common mistake that most guys make is that they only think about spiking the positive, happy, loving emotion in a woman, whereas the guys who actually get the girl spike a variety of them. So think about this right now. What could you do to be in her mind and heart more? Do you think being a one-dimensional Jeffrey is going to help you with this? Just message her the same things always and always. Oh, you know, oh, you're really interesting. What are you doing today? Oh, I'm taking an interest in your hobbies. You're really cool, pretty. Like, just positive, positive, positive. positive compliments, boom. You think that's exciting? You think she's in her mind right now thinking, oh my God, yes, he just gave me another compliment. No, if that's all you are, which most guys are, if most guys are just this awkward, shy, timid guy who's gonna try and be nice to her, try and give her a compliment. I'm not saying to be an asshole to girls, but I'm giving you permission to not always be like the positive guy who's just giving a compliment. It's okay sometimes to not reply to a message fast because you're busy. Don't be a little spurg. Don't be sat there like a Jeffrey on your phone, seeing the text message and not replying because because the red pill YouTubers told me not to reply, so I won't. That's cringe. Anyone who does that is fucking cringe.
You hear that a lot where they'll be like, don't respond to the girl immediately. You don't want her to think that you're that interested in her. And I was given this advice. I even gave it to my younger brother. I also gave that advice. I passed it down. But I think it doesn't work when you do it on purpose. What I mean by that is, if you're a guy that's actually really interested in her, and you on purpose reply to her text like later, an hour later, 2 hours later, even a day later, on purpose, that's not gonna work. Yes, on her end, she'll still see it as, oh, he hasn't replied to me in a while. But on your end, you're still purposefully putting her on a pedestal because you're putting her up here because you're purposefully not responding to her that whole time. You're purposely putting special attention on this one girl, mainly because you want her to be interested in you. And that's not going to work. Like Hamza said, actually be a busy guy, a productive guy. And when you have time, respond. And if it happens to be right when she texts you, then text her back. If it happens to be a day later, or even 2 days later, then you can text her back. Just work it around your schedule. And if you're not a busy guy, you don't have a busy schedule, you're probably a loser anyway.
How can you make her slightly anxious when you don't even get other girls? She knows for a fact that she's probably the only girl that's interested in you. And even that, she's almost giving you like a pity interest of like some cost fallacy. Like, oh yeah, we've already spoke for a bit, so maybe I'll keep speaking to her. How can she feel literal sexual desire to want to fuck you when you don't have a six pack? Honestly, this is when your cope will start. If you have a predominant Jeffrey brain, you will start coping now and think, oh yeah, this video's shit anyway. He's wrong. Why would you want to make a woman anxious? Oh yeah, compliments, yeah. The six pack doesn't matter because women like that.
If you don't have a six pack, you can't get girls.
Literally make your woman anxious by just leaving the house. Not even being a dog, not even cheating. Like, she finds it hard to believe that over a couple of weeks, you wouldn't accidentally fuck a girl as you just go to the gym because, you'll see a girl on the way there or something. It might be a lot more feminine than you think. Because I've realized that the more masculine you become, the more ordered and disciplined you become. You shrug your shoulders and like, if someone asked me like, why do you date a woman who's emotional? I would answer like, why wouldn't you? I'm the normal society around us that has conditioned you to fear a woman's emotions. They've conditioned women to think that their emotions are a bad thing. A lot of women these days are like literally giving up their emotions and thinking like, nah, like I don't want to be emotional. I don't cry or anything. That's seen as a bad thing. A woman being feminine, like being feminine naturally means you have to be emotional. That's two and two together. Women are literally abandoning their femininity because of feminism. And because of that, women are less feminine. They've had to get into the workplace. So now they've got to develop some of their masculine energy. And so when women become more masculine, men become more feminine.
Let me know down below what you think it is. Either A, women are masculine and therefore men are feminine, or do you think it is men are feminine and therefore women are masculine? Or maybe option C, both are men are feminine and women are masculine at the same time. It's not a reaction, it's just they both happen. Let me know down below what you think.
50 years ago, you wouldn't have needed advice like this. We wouldn't have even been speaking about this kind of topic or like how to get girls because it would have been simple. Work hard, get a good job, be a masculine gentleman. It was literally as simple as that. And the complication has come from like these modern movements that have destroyed our ability to even make relationships.
Jeffrey watching this and saying, you know what, he's actually kind of right. Then there is still hope for you. Get on the grind, become a masculine man, get in the gym, get a good body, start making more money, become a masculine man. That's something we need in our society, and something you need as a feminine man right now, conditioned by society with TikTok and Pornhub and video games and chips and fast food. All these things have made you weak, and it is time for us to stand up with Hamza leading, Andrew Tate leading, Sneeko leading, and to stand up and become real men. We could be a generation of men that stopped this movement of weak men. Think of how cool that would be. That we're the reason that our sons are not feminine and did not grow up like weaklings like ourselves, that they grow up to be masculine men.
You're not supposed to be feminine. I don't know if this is like a big fucking controversial statement, but as a man, you're not supposed to be feminine. There's countries in the world where men aren't feminine, and those countries are developing at a very fast rate.
One more thing. Sadly, that is a thing that it's like seen as controversial now. If you say to a guy, you're not supposed to be feminine, sadly, that's a controversial thing. Saying a villain is not supposed to be good. It doesn't work. A villain is evil. A villain is bad. It's not going to be good. So that's like, and then so when Hamza says men who are masculine, masculine, are not supposed to be feminine, that's considered controversial. So anyway, that's the end of the video. Again, the full video is in the description down below. Go ahead and give it a watch if you like. This has been your boy Hercules. I'm going to be signing off for now. Subscribe. Peace.